morning and welcome to my Tireside chat. It's another one. It is Wednesday, August 16th. Yes. I'm headed to work a few minutes early. Pardon me while I'm having my morning snack. Their breakfast part one. Yeah, I got to, I'm going to be at the office for just a few hours, and I got to leave to go take Danielle to a doctor's appointment in Kaiser. And then I'll probably go back to the office. A whole lot going on at work. We have today one of the help desk techs from McMillan, who does our help desk for us, most of it remotely. One of them, and they're bringing a new person with them to kind of show them the ropes of our environment. They're going to be setting up, we had 14 new workstations to replace for a bunch of users who need new workstations. And I've got, a guide written up for how they're going to do that, which I've already been using for a couple of months. Actually, I need to update that or make sure it's up to date as soon as I get in, because I've consolidated a few steps. But so they're supposed to show up there at 8:30 and start working on that. But I'll probably leave. I'm planning on leaving at about 10 o'clock to go get Danielle, take her to her appointment. And yeah, what else is going on? I went home early yesterday for a couple of reasons, but one, because I went and saw Dr. Kazujian yesterday because I kind of was developing an earache, some pressure. I know I got some water in my ear when I was swimming that I didn't get out. It's kind of turned into an outer ear infection. So I went and saw the doctor yesterday. She squeezed me in at 11:30, and then I got there and I wound up waiting, and I didn't actually see him until like 10 after 12, like 12:15 almost. And which I love that guy. He's a great doctor, and he's just a really nice guy. Older Armenian dude, of course, Kazujian. But I've been going to him off and on for years. What are we doing here? I guess I'm okay to go. I'm going. All right. But by the time I got out, and he sent me a prescription to the Script Pharmacy, which is right next door there at Peachwood, over on Herndon and Villa. By the time I got out over there, the pharmacy was at lunch at 12:30. So I was like, oh well, shoot. I guess I'll go back to the office, which is nice now that I work out there. It's right around the corner, and also I had thought anyways, because we have, so our main office where my desk is in Old Town Clovis there on Bullard and 5th, and then we have a satellite office that's actually right behind where the Peachwood Medical Center is. You could walk across the street to it. It's right there. And when I had left yesterday morning to go to the doctor's appointment, I thought, oh crap, I had our backup tapes, but we have backups that run to tape every weekend still, and to take them off site, we just drive them over to the satellite office, and we have store them in, and we've got like a server room over there. And I was like, oh crap, but since I was going to this doctor's appointment, I should have just brought the tapes with me. I meant to bring them anyways. But being that I had to go back to the pharmacy, I just took them later. So I went back to the office for a little bit. I had to go replace somebody's computer, and do a couple other things. And then Doug, my boss, too, was just like, hey, you've got an ear infection, why don't you go get your meds and just go home. And which was very cool. So I did. And then it also, I was still waiting. I had told him I was waiting to hear from the city inspector, who I had scheduled to come out and inspect our solar panel system. Inspect the solar system. Make sure all the planets are there. And I hadn't heard anything from him. Don't hit me, are you? Please don't hit me. Don't hit me! I hadn't heard anything from him, and I had put it when I scheduled it through. The city of Fresno has an online portal where you go and schedule the inspections, and you can put a note in there. And I put a note in there that said, "Please call me before you head out to make sure that I'm home or that you can get access to the panels, which are in my backyard." You know, and you have to go through a locked door to get to it. And I wasn't quite about to just leave it unlocked all day, because anyone could just walk in, and then, I mean, I guess if I'd locked the garage door too, still, it's probably fine. But anyways, I put a note on there. Of course, I never got a call, and which was all the more reason for me to just go home. I was like, well, and it was like 1:45 at that time. I was like, well, or 2 o'clock. Okay, I'll just go. And then, yeah, if I need to, also if there's anything that really comes up, I can always log in from home and do some work, which I did a little bit. But sure enough, yes, I show up, I pull up at the house. I hadn't heard anything from the inspector. I pull up at the house. Oh, and look, there's a City of Fresno truck, and the guy's walking back out to his truck like he was about to leave. And so I got out and I waved him down, and he comes over and he's like, yeah, I tried calling you, but it just went to voicemail. I'm like, really? I didn't get a call. He's like, yeah, you're the 8084 number, right? I'm like, no, it's 8044. Because I had put on my, like, the red door to my breezeway and my front door also a note, just to make sure that he called me saying, hey, city inspector, when you get here, if you haven't already, here's my phone number, please call me. And I put the phone number was right there, and I put him on a bright pink index card and taped it to each door. And yeah, so he's like, 8084. I'm like, no, it's 8044. And he's like, oh, well, that explains why nobody answered, and I got a voicemail. Maybe I should try calling the correct number next time. And he was gonna leave. And so yeah, it's a good thing I caught him right when I did. Man, it was good timing. So then he did the inspection. He got up on the roof. Man, it was hot too yesterday. It was like 106. And he was kind of an older guy, nice guy. He gets up. He's like, man, today's not a good day for me to be getting up on the roof. I'm like, you want cold water or anything? He's like, no, I'm fine. It's fine. When he got up, he checked the panels out, and he's like, everything looks good up there. And then he looked at the breaker box and the inverter box. And he's like, well, this is a 60 amp breaker. Really, it should be a 50 amp breaker. And, and you need another label over here on the inverter box that says photovoltaic shutdown, even though you have one on the breaker box too. Like, okay, well, if you can fix those two things, I don't want to like fail you, and then I got to charge you another $60, and then we got to reschedule it. So it's just if you can fix those two things like today or tomorrow morning, and I'll come back out about the same time tomorrow, and as long as that's done, then we'll call it good. I'm like, all right, great. So I called, I texted my buddy Sang, who's been helping us with the install. Yeah, I guess this is an update for you, Ben, if you're watching this. And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll come by. He comes by, and a couple hours later, it's like, I don't know, 5:30, 6 o'clock. Yeah, and he's like, and I told him, what was needed. And he's like, these guys always looking for something to nitpick. Like, so I always use the 60 amp breaker, because you got on their inverter box, you've got 3 20 amp. Why are people driving so slow? You've got 3 20 amp breakers, like you just add them up, and it's okay, 60 amps. But he wants a 50 amp, and I said, well, he was trying to explain it to me like super quickly, and I didn't really understand it, but he was like, oh yeah, if you do the math because your main breaker box is 100 amps and times 1.2 divided by whatever. It should be a 50 amp breaker. That's what you have. Okay. And then you need an additional label for the photovoltaic shutoff on the inverter box too. So there's the fire department, if someone shows up and they just shut it off here, well, they should really be shutting it off at both places, and they probably would, and it's probably fine, but really, yeah, you need a sticker over here too. Okay, and yeah, things like, I don't know why that's necessary, because yeah, if you shut off the breaker on the main breaker box, then you're good at that point. There's no reason to whatever. So anyhow, he swapped out the breaker. We put another sticker on the box, and the guy should be showing up. So he was just going to stop by about the same time today. And that'll be that. And then the next step is then submitting that to the approved paperwork to PG&E. Seeing when we can turn that on. Too bad I couldn't have turned it on a month ago. But hey, better late than never. So that's exciting. What else is going on? I don't know. Lots of stuff. Did I just do one of these yesterday? Was that yesterday? No, that was Monday. Today's Wednesday. Ugh. Now I've got an appointment with, speaking of not knowing what day it is, I've got an appointment with my psychiatrist, he's a psychiatrist, but for what I'm using him for, he's just like, I don't know, he does a physiological analysis for me, and is recommending certain supplements to help improve. I've talked about this in detail and length before, but like my adrenal levels and things like that were all super low. So I've got a follow-up appointment with him tomorrow after, I think it's been 3 months. Just to see where I'm at. I did some blood work. I need to see if those test results are done. They should be. Though I probably would have gotten an email notification from Quest, the diagnostics place. Yeah, because I did some blood work last week. I was to check some of my adrenal levels, and then I'm trying to get over here. Excuse me. Guys, turn left. Oh, perfect. I've got this whole lane opened up to myself. That and my cholesterol and a couple other things, and then just to review how I've been doing. I started writing up a long email this morning talking about how I've been feeling, which really, yeah, it's been 3 months. The one significant thing, or one thing where I guess I don't know if I'm a little disappointed, or maybe I don't know what to expect. Well, we'll see what the test results show and what the analysis is tomorrow. But the MTHFR deficiency that I have, and the supplements that I've been taking for that, I know because Kyra Ray had the same thing, and after they were taking it for a couple of months, started noticing a difference in focus and mood and whatnot. And I think that now they haven't been taking it again, I noticed a difference, a negative impact. But yeah, for me, because it's something that you have your whole life, I was hoping to notice a more significant improvement in like clarity and focus, and which I have had. I think I had. I mean, there's definitely been some, but unless the combination of that and the other supplements that I'm supposed to be taking, if it's just that I haven't been taking enough of them or consistently enough, because I felt like it was like too much at times, which I have. It hasn't really brought my levels up to where they should be. I don't feel as great as I had hoped. So I don't know. But it'll be interesting to review everything tomorrow. And maybe there's some adjustments I need to make, or other supplements that I need to take. But really, compared to 3 or 4 months ago, I'm doing much better. I still haven't had to take any allergy meds, unless like I'm outdoors for a long period of time and it's like there's a lot of dust and pollen outside, which there usually is. So, maybe once a week at most, I'll still do like Flonase or Allegra, as I kind of feel like I need. But even then, I don't have days where I'm like so cloudy headed and tired that I just want to lay down on the couch and sleep. That hasn't happened in a long time. So, all right, well, I'm at work. I got to get inside and get to it. It's almost 7 o'clock. Have a great day, everyone.